One of the questions that I always hear is, how much money do I actually need to buy a home in Lodi right now? And, the question is that most people think you need 20% down to buy a home. And that's just not true. I get this question more than any other, and I think people are shocked, when I tell them that, the 20% down, it's purely a myth. And it's keeping a lot of people on the sidelines, to be honest with you, and it keeps them there longer than they need to be. Here's what's actually available in this market right now. FHA loans, they're as low as 3.5% down. On a $400,000 home, that's about 14 grand. And I know that's not nothing, as they say, but it's not maybe as much as you think. Conventional loans, you can get them as low as 3% down in some cases. VA loans, if you're a veteran, potentially zero down. USDA loans, and if this area does qualify, some areas in the valley, that's also zero down in parts of the Central Valley. So that's great. The median prices right now in Lodi is about $615,000, up a bit from last year. And we see the same kind of going throughout the valley. Stockton, Manteca, Tracy, they're all up just a little bit. Well, Tracy's down just a slight bit, but that's great. So, what you see happening in the market right now is that there is movement, but it's not as much movement as you think. There's also down payment assistance programs available in California. Some of them are grants, meaning that you don't have to pay those back, and that's great news. So before you assume you can't afford it, let's actually run the numbers, and that's what I'm here for. Running those numbers will tell you really what you're going to need as a down payment and what you're going to need for your other costs associated with purchasing a home.